What is up, everybody? Stoner Steve, Custom Diecast here. So, I wanted to do an updated video. I haven't done a video in a while. It was more of a talking introduction since I first started as Stoner Steve's underscore Hot Wheels. So, anyways, a lot of things have happened. It's been about a year now, a year and a few months that I've been into this hobby. And a lot of things have changed. My opinions about different brands, my opinions about what they say scalping is or isn't, my opinions about Hot Wheels. A lot of things have changed in the time that I've started getting into this hobby. For one thing, I hardly collect Hot Wheels now. I collect different brands. Hot Wheels is not on my to grab list. Rarely. So that changed too about the scalping thing. I talked a lot of smack about scalping or what I thought scalping was in the beginning. And then I turned into a scalper. I would literally go buy a bunch of things that I thought would be worth something to try to sell for a few dollars more profit. And I'm just not that type of guy. I guess I'm too lazy to sell. So now I got a bunch of stuff that I kind of feel like a hoarder. Um, this video isn't about aimed at anybody or what they do or how they do it or what they like. It's just me and explaining how I felt in the beginning and how I am looking at it as it is right now. And basically, opinions have changed, things have changed. I now own a lot more cars than I ever thought I would. I now have a crap ton of money into these little cars. I mean, there's some wheels on cars that cost like $15 alone, and you add lift kits, and then paint jobs and decals, and so I've got a lot of money into these little cars now. They've kind of taken over. It turned into like a weird sort of addiction compulsive disorder almost. I mean, I got stuff everywhere, guys, everywhere. This is just a little bit. So basically, I guess to wrap this up and not make it a long, boring video, I think that my opinion on this hobby is do it however you want. However, you could financially do it to where you are responsible and still paying your bills, no matter what your budget is. If you have to only buy the Hot Wheels main lines for now, take your time and go hunt and try to find the treasures and super treasures and sell those to get ones that you want. If you don't care about treasures like me. I mean, I'm gonna open it up and take it apart anyways. If this isn't proof, let's see. There we go. And that one's getting a full suspension swap on that one. So, like, there's a lot of ways to go about certain things, and as long as you're enjoying your hobby for how you are collecting, or even if it's just a hobby of you like to make a couple bucks here and there, uh, do it how you do it. I don't believe any judgment should be had on anybody anymore. As now, I mean, if you see a kid in line and you push them out of the way, or you jump in front of them to try to dig through a dump bin, that's where it gets a little bit out of hand. Because if you're a grown man, you just buy it no matter how much it costs. You're a grown man, man up. So that's my only take on the hobby. Is as long as kids can still get nice castings, doesn't matter how somebody else gets them. There are people who think that scalping is awesome and that's just their thing. I mean, they're not going to be wealthy. So, scalping's not going to make them wealthy. They might already be financially well off. That's why they can afford to buy 30, 40, 50 a pallet full of whatever that costs 20, 30, $50 a piece at the store, you know. So not every scalper is a horrible person. Some of them are just a business person. Not every scalper is trying to make money, you know. Like, it's called scalping if I say, okay, I bought this truck here for $22, okay, after taxes and everything, right? So then I say I'm going to sell it for $35. Well, if nobody buys it, is it scalping? But if somebody buys it, is it scalping? I mean, they can go find that truck somewhere else and buy it somewhere else and pay shipping and stuff. But there's a point to this, is I believe that if you collect castings you want and you keep those castings for yourself, then if you want to sell a casting to get another casting, or you want to sell a casting to make room or whatever, then that's not scalping. You ask your price. Nobody has to pay it. You know, like, that's a full custom build right here. I can ask whatever I want for it, and if nobody wants to pay what I want for it, then they can't tell me anything. You know? So that's the difference. You know, there's a lot of ways to collect. There's a lot of castings to collect. There's a lot of manufacturers that are out there killing it now. Way better than Hot Wheels. Like that town car right there. That's a Homie Roller town car. I just got that one in, but that Escalade right there is a different brand that just came out, and that thing is fire, detailed, everything. Like, that thing is just fire. So there's things that I started in this hobby that I never thought I would get into. Like, I got, little campers and RVs. I got that camper set over there, the little RV camper set. Then I ended up buying semis, and I've never had like real semis before with rubber tires and stuff. So I got semis, and then built a junkyard, so I had to get semis for that. And then scale started getting to me, so it develops over time. And then because of this hobby, I learned how to do resin. That was a teaching myself a lot of YouTube videos. All this is because of this hobby, and I enjoy it. And this is how I found myself and found the way. It took me about 14 months or so to find what I guess my passion for the hobby would be. My personal passion, and it's the building of the dioramas and the display with the characters in this. I love taking pictures. I love trying to tell a story with my pictures of my dioramas and stuff. I build mini dioramas as well. Not the put together one. Let's see. I guess I could turn on the light over here. Let's see. Yeah, so I built that one out of a cardboard box, and it takes really cool photos. I got some cool pictures of that one. I don't. Okay, here we go. Here's some. There's a little one there. There was one of my first ones ever with resin. Car crashed in there. There's a Jeep one right there. So there's some. Oh, there's that brand for that Escalade right there. So there's a lot of good stuff out there, guys. Don't let just one thing decide it for you. One brand decide it for you. Try different brands out. Try small businesses out. Get online. There's some good people that sell bulk that they're not quote unquote scalpers. You get really good deals because they buy in bulk. So you just got to find the deal for you on the item you want. So I looked for, here's an example. This item here, I just got off of eBay. I opened it up out of the package. So that windshield's, like that from the factory, I guess. Nobody's opened it but me. And I got this off of eBay because I couldn't find it on any of my local sites or anything like that what I was looking for. And that's just an example of, sometimes you got to go to different sources. So here's another example. This car here is a build kit. And I bought this build kit on a certain website. And next thing you know, like a day later or a show later, I found another exact build kit for $10 less because this was very rare. Well, then next thing you know, 2 days later, another one came up, and then I got it for like $5 or something. So I opened it up and put it together. But the thing is, there's deals out to be had if you look. So you can't hate on somebody for getting a deal however they get a deal. There's people that strictly flip, and then there's people that are serious. I've met some serious collectors, man. Some people that's their thing, that's their passion. I think mine is bad, but then you meet people that it's way deeper than yours, and you're like, okay, so it can go on every level. Your income level, it just shouldn't affect your livelihood. If it affects your livelihood, I have to tone it down now. My old lady's getting a little out of hand on it, or with me on it, should I say. So I need to tone it back a little more now. So I want to start selling off some things, making some room, and get back to where I was in the beginning, where it was just kind of like a fun collection and customizing. Because right now I've got a pretty sick collection. I got more than what I need, and it's starting to feel like a hoard. So I guess in a way, again, for the 15th time, to make this video short, which now it's not, I would say collect how you want, enjoy the hobby how you want, and don't let anybody bring you down and steal your joy. Just don't let it affect your life in real life, and still pay your bills and stuff. All right, peace out. Stoner Steves _ custom diecast. Appreciate you guys. Like, follow, sub. Peace.